it's going to be a lot of traffic. So leave early, get here, tailgate. We need you in there early, and we need a home field advantage.
A little less than 24 hours away from the Oklahoma-Carolina game at Williams-Brice Stadium. Welcome into Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes. I'm your host, Hanna Barton. This is former Gamecock linebacker Debo Williams. And Debo, South Carolina back at home this weekend.
It's about time. I've been waiting, man. It's time to go.
Yeah, you and all the fans for sure. The Gamecocks coming off that tough loss at LSU. A long night in Baton Rouge for Shane Beamer and co. Debo, what are some of your thoughts on last week's game?
Obviously a disappointing loss. Offensive-wise, we got to be better. We can't put up 10 points. Can't have all those penalties. Defense, I can't be mad at you. We in the SEC. You're allowing 20 points. We're getting turnovers. Please keep doing that. Do that tomorrow. Maybe do 15 points instead. But offense, we need more.
And LSU, not the easiest place to play. South Carolina is going to be back in Williams-Brice this week. How much do you think that's going to help the Gamecocks maybe find some groove back?
That's going to be big. Fans, you got to show up. You got to be there, show love, make noise. And you don't understand how much that makes the team better. You have to come there and make noise, man.
Well, here's what Shane Beamer had to share after that loss at LSU.
When you win the turnover battle, which we did, till that last sack, we were over 200 yards rushing. When you ran the ball, when you win the turnover battle, you win time of possession. When you do all that, you should win the game. And we had our opportunities, and that was the story tonight. Just missed opportunities and not finishing drives. These guys tonight, I mean, they were so freaking awesome tonight, our players, just the effort they played with. And we expected to win this game. I mean, we did, and had our opportunities too. So you draw on last year that we were 3-3, and we rallied and continued to get better. And this team, I know it's not pretty right now, but I feel like we're getting better in a lot of areas. And we were 3-3 and going to Oklahoma, I think, if I remember correctly. Now we're 3-3, and we got, Oklahoma coming to town.
Let's take a look at some of the stats from last Saturday night. The Gamecocks forced 3 turnovers, 2 right at the goal line, but just had some struggles offensively. Lenoris sacked 5 times. Matt Fuller rattled off a 70-plus yard touchdown run, and that was the highlight of the night for the Gamecocks. Carolina had 13 penalties, which cost the Gamecocks about 65 yards, and hard to win when you keep moving the ball backwards. Debo, we heard Coach Beamer share in that soundbite that y'all were 3-3 heading into Oklahoma last year and really kind of took off the rest of the season. What do you remember about the locker room and kind of the conversations in that building sitting at 3-3 last year?
Yep, that coming week, coming in the season, we had a lot of transfers. We had a lot of leaders stay, including myself. And so we knew we wanted to win. The goal was to go undefeated. And we weren't able to do that. But we came together that week, and it was all the leaders in one room with Coach Beamer. It had to be 15 to 20 of us. And we sat there and we said, the only way we're going to make it to the playoffs, because it was the first year with the playoffs, the only way we're going to make it is if we went out. That was the only option. There was no other way. What else are we here for? What are we doing? And that's exactly what we did for the regular season. We won out.
And do you think that's a conversation that's going to be happening or has happened this past week in that locker room based off of the guys that have now taken over that leadership position?
Yep. There's no other choice. I know Coach Beam, and I know that's what he did. He said it right there in the press conference, so I know he definitely had that meeting. And they don't have no other choice if they want to make it to the playoffs, and I know that's what they want to do for sure. We want to win national championships around here, so it's the only option.
Well, coming up on Carolina Kickoff presented by Rushes, we are going to preview that game as the Gamecocks are set to face the Oklahoma Sooners and why this year's Sooner squad looks a little different than last year. Plus, we sit down with this week's South Carolina Education Lottery student athlete. You're watching Carolina Kickoff presented by Rushes.
I love this place. I can go with the local barbecue, perfectly seasoned fried chicken, hot dog with chili, and the famous fries. But I keep thinking about a juicy, delicious burger piled high with all my favorite toppings. Every game, every meal, I carry the weight of my namesake.
Welcome to Rushes. May I take your order, please?
It's destiny. I'll take a double bacon cheeseburger basket and a sweet tea.
For Jackson Burger, there's only one true choice, and it's always 100% USDA choice chuck.
Did you really think I was going to order the chicken?
Rushes, the official burger of USC football player Jackson Burger and all our hometown heroes.
Introducing this year's Carolina Jackpot $5 scratch-off ticket, featuring a chance to win up to $200,000. You can even enter your tickets into the Second Chance promotion. Step on the court for a chance to win $50, $75, or $100,000. This Palmetto Series lets show who really runs this state.
Every athlete has a unique style. For me, it's about a one-of-a-kind approach to my sport. It's not just about what I do on the field, it's about who I am off of it. My inspirations, my taste, and my story. So when I got the chance to design my own sunglasses, I had to make them a reflection of me. Introducing my signature collection, the Lenora Sellers Autograph Series sunglasses. Every line, every color, every detail, chosen by me. They're not just built for performance, they're designed with my personality. The Lenora Sellers Autograph Series, my vision for your vision.
Well, welcome back to Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rush's. South Carolina taking on Oklahoma tomorrow for just the second time in history, with last year's meetup in Norman, the first between the two teams. Gamecock fans certainly remember that dominant 35-9 win and one of the best defensive showcases we've ever seen in that first quarter. That included 2 defensive touchdowns. And Debo, you were in that game in Norman. What do you remember about what was clicking for South Carolina last year?
Man, I don't know if we were on our A game or they were on their F game, but that was one of the easiest games I ever played in. Defense came to show up. Like I was just saying earlier, defense could have won that game by ourselves. We had 2 touchdowns. It would have been 14-9. So it was insane.
And when y'all were prepping for that game, what are some things that you really talked about being the key to getting that dominant win at Norman?
It wasn't truly nothing differently that we've done. We always overwatching film. We always put in the work in on practice, but it was a whole different mindset. You know, we had a tough loss the week before, and we just saying no more losses. It won't happen. So the only option was to win and to dominate.
Well, let's talk about this year's Oklahoma team. It's a very different squad from last year. They looked really strong, sitting at 5-0 before that loss to Texas last week. Of course, the biggest piece, quarterback John Mateer, returning very soon after that hand surgery. And he had 3 picks last week, so definitely didn't look like the quarterback we've seen earlier in the season. Debo, what can this South Carolina defense do to expose some of Mateer's vulnerability right now?
Yeah, with him having a weakness with his hand like that, if I'm Coach White, and which I know he's probably working on right now, I'm forcing him to throw. Force him to throw. Show me that you can throw with that messed up hand right now.
How much is that a discussion in those defensive meetings, knowing that you're going against a quarterback that is maybe returning quicker than he should have been?
Yeah, that's a big discussion. It's no different than an offense, because if you see something on film that you can keep going, SEC teams will run the same play over and over. If they feel like they can beat you with that play, they're going to be running over. So it's no different on the defensive side. If we know we can force you to throw and you can't throw right now because of your hand, that's what we're going to do.
And Oklahoma's defense has looked pretty solid. What can South Carolina do on the offensive side of the ball when going up against the Sooners?
Yep. We still have to play our own ball. We got to play Gamecock football. It doesn't matter who's on the other side of the ball and who we're playing. We got to play like Gamecock football, and that's straight coming down and dominating. Get that run to work, and then Lenora should do what you do after the run opens it up.
Well, Shane Beamer had some thoughts that he shared earlier this week on this Oklahoma matchup. Let's hear what he had to say.
Got a big challenge. Coach Venables has done an amazing job there. He has taken back over the defense this season, and it is obvious the impact that he has made. I know y'all love stats. You're going to love when you look at their stats because it won't take you long to find them in the defensive rankings nationally. They're pretty much 1, 2, or 3 in literally every category, it feels like, and rightfully so. They're active and disruptive up front. The linebackers are all experienced. They've got a transfer that's come in from Oklahoma State that's really added to that.
Gamecocks have a pretty good defense of their own. They're near the top of the SEC and the nation in defensive touchdowns with 3. They've had 1 pick six and 2 fumbles returned for touchdowns. The only SEC team with more so far this season is Tennessee with 4 defensive touchdowns. Debo, as you take a look at those stats, what does that say about the South Carolina defense that they've been able to create so many offensive production or point production off of the defense?
It shows consistency. We've been doing it since Coach Reamer first got the job back in 2021. So it just continues to go. And I'm proud of the defense for keeping it rolling. So I'd like to see that tomorrow.
As we looked at that leaderboard with South Carolina sitting just behind Tennessee in the SEC, how much is that talked about in defensive meetings of where we stand in the SEC and things like defensive touchdowns and where we want to go the rest of the season?
So it's definitely something to look at before the season starts, and something to push to. But during the season, we work in turnover drills and definitely getting turnovers. But as far as the stats, that don't matter. As long as we creating turnovers, giving the offense a chance and winning these games.
Well, the Gamecocks are trying to improve to a perfect 2-0 against Oklahoma all time. And coming up, we're going to sit down with one of the breakout stars of the South Carolina offense. You're watching Carolina Kickoff presented by Rushes.
At the time that I applied for this job, you had to have a college degree. Financially, I really wasn't sure what college was going to look like. And when I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief. The fact that somebody going to buy a lottery ticket helped me go to college. Everything you do has an impact, and it's incredible.
Safer waterways means a better South Carolina, and a better South Carolina means a better you.
If you're a Gamecock fan and a business owner, this is for you. What if every time a customer swiped their card at your business, instead of those processing fees vanishing into some giant corporation's pocket, part of that money went right back to fuel NIL for the Gamecocks? And what if, on top of that, Gamecock athletes like me help promote your business, making you the local favorite? I'm Oscar Alway III, running back for the South Carolina Gamecocks, and I'm excited to share our brand new partnership with Run Payments. We call it Run with the Garnet Trust. Here's how simple it is. 1, your customers pay you. Nothing changes there. 2, Run Payments processes the transaction. 3, instead of wasting those fees, a portion goes straight into NIL opportunities for Gamecock athletes. 4, and the best part, we turn around and promote your business into the entire Gamecock community. That means new customers, more visibility, and real hometown impact. Think about it. You're just redirecting money that was already leaving your pocket. Now it comes back home to support your Gamecocks, and in return, you get exposure from some of the most recognizable faces on campus. Plus, you can even save money on your processing fees. Supporting college athletes has never been this easy or this rewarding. From day one, you'll have a personal representative walking you through setup, equipment, and support. So if you run a restaurant, salon, retail shop, or any business that takes card payments, let's talk.
Gamecock Nation, the new era of college sports is here. Will you be ready? We'll make sure you are. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are 1801 Media, and this is the frontier of athlete-driven media. Producing exclusive one-of-one Gamecocks content, telling the real stories of everyone who makes South Carolina athletics so great. Times have never been more exciting in Columbia. From Don's Dynasty to Beamer Ball, we'll be bringing you to the forefront of it all. Player-led shows with weekly guests featuring teammates, coaches, and everyone who makes up USC athletics. And that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of our content. And it's only happening here at 1801 Media. Welcome to the future, Gamecock Nation. Let's get to work. Spurs up.
Welcome back to Carolina Kickoff presented by Rushes. We talked a lot about the defense, but on the offensive side of the ball, one Gamecock who has really made a name for themselves this season is Vandrevius Jacobs. Here's more from that wide receiver as he sat down with Savell Newton.
Here we go, another episode of As I Sip My Coffee. It's your boy Savell Newton. I'm here with Dre Jacobs. Y'all know Mr. Go Get It. He's been doing his thing this year. And, man, it feels great to have him in the studio on this next episode. What's going on, man?
How y'all doing? It's nice to be here. It's nice to be here today.
Yeah, man. I've been watching you. I've been watching you run your routes. I watch how you go attack the ball. I mean, like, these days it's kind of hard to find a receiver that uses his hands, especially a speed receiver. You got the mix between good route running and you got the speed. I mean, of course, you're a Florida guy, right?
Yes, for sure.
But so you mix all that in, and then you bring the hands. So everything is kind of like, as a quarterback, me playing quarterback, I had a lot of fast receivers, but not the best hands, but they were fast. But you bring it all to the table. So how does it feel, like, knowing that when the ball's in the air, like, you see it and you go get it?
It's a good feeling for sure. It's just like, I say that's like with Lenore's, like, it give him a trust in me. Like, okay, he know, like, if he throw me the ball, I got a good chance of catching it. So it's just, I want to keep as much balls off the ground as possible. So,
yeah,
I ain't gonna say I just try to use my hands, but, like, that's just natural for me. Like, I feel like that's the easiest way to catch the ball.
Yes, I mean, it is a natural thing. Yeah. I got a chance to play receiver and quarterback, and using your hands is the best way to catch the ball. I mean, I hate they used to say I throw the ball too hard, but I used to be like, just use your hands. I mean, you're on the jug machine. I'm not throwing harder than the jug machine. So it's like, use your hands. But that's one of the biggest things that I picked up watching, especially like the Kentucky game when you made those 2 catches. And I was like, okay, he gets in and out, he accelerates out his routes, and he uses his hands. So that's big. And you mentioned Lenore's. Like, how does it feel having him at quarterback? I mean, come on, man. This guy, I watch him. I mean, I haven't had a chance to get him in the studio. I ain't been blessed with that opportunity yet. But having him as a quarterback, how confident does that make you at, running your routes, knowing that the ball is going to be there?
It puts a lot of confidence in me just to know that he gonna come out there, he gonna give his 100% every time. You ain't got to worry about that, and he gonna give you a catchable ball. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be perfect every time, but he gonna put it right there where you can catch it on time, and it's gonna be catchable. So it's like, he gonna be on his A game, and just make you want to play better for him, because he gonna give it his all. He want to win every time. So it's a perk having a quarterback like that, because he a baller too. So it give everybody confidence.
You can't go to sleep because you never know when he's gonna do a spin out, twist out, what he's gonna do. That ball go up in the air, you better go get it. Man, going back to it, like I said, mentioning you from Florida. Like, I mean, football is like, for speedsters, it's almost like you got to get into the game of football, because there's so many receivers that have come out of the state of Florida. What made you get into football?
Really, I just, my dad, for real. Like, my dad was a big Cowboy fan. I remember going out to the games when I was like 6. My mom and my dad used to tell me I used to run on the field, tell them I wanted to play, like, in the middle of their game. So, like, they just put me in football the next year, and my mama really didn't want me to play. She was actually scared, but my dad, he just took me out there one day, like, behind her back, and we went from there.
Now you guys have an opportunity to help mom out, because you got a chance to, recoup some of those benefits for your talent with the NIL. Like, how big is that being something that has helped you out?
It's really helpful for my whole family, for real. I say that because, like, I ain't gotta ask my mom for anything, or, like, my mom already got my younger siblings to worry about, so she ain't gotta worry about me asking for her nothing. She can come to me and ask me to help her out with something. So I don't take that for granted. I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be there to help my mom whenever she needed, for sure.
Well, thanks to Dre Jacobs for sitting down with 1801, and you can catch that entire interview on 1801 Media's YouTube page. Debo, let's talk about this offense. As someone that can look at it from a defensive perspective, what are some things that you notice about this offense that are really the key struggles so far this season?
Well, just me playing defense as long as I did, it's just we're predictable. We have to be a little bit better as far as that and start being unpredictable, switching it up, using the talent that we got, and then we got to win one-on-one. That's all offense is. It's a couple of guys that may be getting double teamed, but as of right now, we don't have anybody popping off enough to get double teamed. So we have to win one-on-ones.
What are some things that
it's going to continue to improve, but like I said, we definitely have to mix it up, because teams I know the fans are. We pumping you up, so we behind you 100%. Offense, we got to do better and put up more than 10 points.
Well, coming up on Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes, some changes made on the coaching staff this week, and we'll get Debo's thoughts on playing for a new position coach and what that means for the Gamecocks moving forward. You're watching Carolina Kickoff, sponsored by Rushes.
Some things just get better with time, like the stories, friendships, and the taste of a true South Carolina original.
Hey guys, come over. Plenty of room. Bro, this is so good. Yeah, I get why y'all keep coming back. This is the next level.
Some traditions are worth holding on to.
For generations, Rushes has been more than just a meal. It's where memories are made and where legends are celebrated.
Y'all boys good? Y'all got quiet there for a minute. Yeah, y'all good? What? It's Rushes. It gets you fired up.
Rushes, a proud partner of South Carolina athletes and all our hometown heroes.
My name is Adam Gorlitsky, the founder and executive director of I Got Legs. We help paralyzed athletes get access to exoskeletons that allows them to stand up and walk again. The South Carolina Education Lottery allowed me to get an education and then use it as a springboard in really launching my organization. It all kind of connects back to making life a little bit easier for people.
More accessibility means a better South Carolina, and a better South Carolina means a better you.
I love this place. I can go with the local barbecue, perfectly seasoned fried chicken, hot dog with chili, and the famous fries. But I keep thinking about a juicy, delicious burger piled high with all my favorite toppings. Every game, every meal, I carry the weight of my namesake.
Welcome to Rushes. May I take your order, please?
It's destiny. I'll take a double bacon cheeseburger basket and a sweet tea.
For Jackson Burger, there's only one true choice, and it's always 100% USDA choice chuck.
Did you really think I was going to order the chicken?
Rushes, the official burger of USC football player Jackson Burger and all our hometown heroes.
This is more than just a game. It's tradition, legacy. It's a battle for pride. I'm Hanna Barton, and this is where your Gamecock weekend begins. We've got the expert analysis, the sideline intel, and the keys to victory you won't find anywhere else. And we're going to have some fun while giving you the inside scoop on everything you need to know. Before the whistle, before the first kickoff, it all starts right here. Join us for Carolina Kickoff every Friday afternoon before home games, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Welcome back to Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes. Coach Beamer announced some changes in the coaching staff earlier this week, with the Gamecocks officially parting ways with offensive line coach Lonnie Teasley. Teasley had been with the Gamecock program since 2021 and has served as the offensive line coach since January of 2023. Current run game coordinator and tight ends coach Sean Elliott is set to take over the O-line duties. Here's more from Coach Beamer.
I think more than anything, David, it's just a different voice in that room. Every coach is different. My style is different than Kirby Smart's style or Steve Spurrier as a head coach. Every coach is different, and you got to be who you are. And Lonnie Teasley's style of coaching is different than Sean Elliott's. Doesn't make one right or wrong. It's just different. So that'll probably be the biggest thing. Is just the coaching style, the voice in that room. There'll be some things that we've tweaked already just in regards to some technique things and terminology of how we call some things that Sean's more comfortable with. So there'll be some changes. You can't blow the whole thing up, but definitely some schematic changes and then just, general coaching tweaks.
Well, Debo, a big move in the middle of the season. What does a decision like this kind of do to a building and a program when you're in the middle of your season?
It's definitely tough, man, but this is big level football. It's a business, and the players are aware of that. And with Coach Elliott coming in, man, he's been here. He's done this. He's been a head coach. He's been an offensive line coach. Not only that, he's been at South Carolina as well. So if I see the O-line improving, I I pray they get it all together and let's turn the season around.
How much do you think it helps that someone like Coach Elliott, that has been a part of this program for so long, is the one that's kind of taken this over?
It's the right move. It's the right decision, especially in a time manner. So I know he's going to put in the work, that infectious energy that he has. So, and it's not, he knows all the plays. He knows what's going on. So it's going to work for the players.
And how, as a player, do you kind of switch your mindset to playing essentially for a different coach in the middle of the season?
With this NIL now, this is what you get paid to do. So produce. That's all I got to say with that. Produce. You get paid to do this.
All right. Well, coming up on Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes, we introduce you to one Carolina student athlete being honored and supported by the South Carolina Education Lottery. So stick around. We will be right back.
Every athlete has a unique style. For me, it's about a one-of-a-kind approach to my sport. It's not just about what I do on the field, it's about who I am off of it. My inspirations, my taste, and my story. So when I got the chance to design my own sunglasses, I had to make them a reflection of me. Introducing my signature collection, the Lenora Sellers Autograph Series sunglasses. Every line, every color, every detail, chosen by me. They're not just built for performance, they're designed with my personality. The Lenora Sellers Autograph Series, my vision for your vision.
Introducing this year's Carolina Jackpot $5 scratch-off ticket, featuring a chance to win up to $200,000. You can even enter your tickets into the Second Chance promotion. Step on the court for a chance to win $50, $75, or $100,000. This Palmetto series, let's show who really runs this state.
Some things just get better with time, like the stories, friendships, and the taste of a true South Carolina original.
Hey guys, come over. Plenty of room. Bro, this is so good. Yeah, I get why y'all keep coming back. This is the next level.
Some traditions are worth holding on to.
For generations, Rushes has been more than just a meal. It's where memories are made and where legends are celebrated.
Y'all boys good? Y'all got quiet there for a minute. Yeah, y'all good? What? It's Rushes. It gets you fired up.
Rushes, a proud partner of South Carolina athletes and all our hometown heroes.
Well, welcome back to Carolina Kickoff, presented by Rushes. Each week on the show, we'll introduce you to a Gamecock athlete that has earned the support of the South Carolina Education Lottery through one of their scholarships. This week, we sit down with Gamecock Soccer's Emma Curlin. All right, Emma, thank you for sitting down with me. I would love to hear a little bit about your journey to South Carolina and being a Gamecock. So let's start at the beginning. Obviously, being born and raised in the state of South Carolina, did you grow up a Gamecock fan?
I'm proud to say that I did. My dad went to Carolina for not his undergrad, but graduate school. So he was a big Gamecock and Gamecock too. So.
I love it. So obviously you're a soccer player and you continue collegiately, but you didn't start out at South Carolina. So I'd love to hear about your recruiting process and what led you back to Columbia.
Yeah, so I guess I realized I wanted to play college soccer a little bit into my high school career, maybe sophomore year. And I kind of started the recruiting process with an open mind, not knowing I never really had a dream school. And then South Carolina was one of the first to reach out, as well as some other local schools. And at first I thought I was gonna have to choose between South Carolina and Clemson, which are rivals. And then last minute, Florida State reached out after a big game that I liked what they had to offer, and so kind of made my decision to go there, and then was there, had fun, but kind of want to be closer to home a little bit. And I knew that soccer at South Carolina was also going to be really good. So I realized I want to go back home, and now I'm here.
And now you're back home. So what has your experience been like being able to put on that Gamecock jersey and rep South Carolina?
It's honestly been awesome. Like, I know some people are like, oh, they transferred. It's not like where they used to go. But like, it's so much like home now. I'm so much closer to my family, and the environment and team here is like another family. So I have 2 families like within an hour apart, and I honestly love it. I'm so happy.
And how excited were your parents when you made the decision to come back?
Oh, they were so happy. They cried like tears of joy. I won't lie. So no, that was good.
And a huge part of being able to do that had to do with the support from the South Carolina State Lottery. So what kind of opportunities did that scholarship open up for you to be able to come back home?
Yeah, so being out of state, obviously we didn't get that state lottery, and then coming back home, it was kind of like a relief getting that money, because that's less my family has to worry about, and then more kind of financial freedom that I got to have with this. So.
And what are some of the opportunities that being at South Carolina has given you, both on the soccer field and off the soccer field?
On the soccer field, like I said, a team. We work together. We're so competitive on and off the field. I was telling Mike that. Like, it's like we push each other so much to be not only better players, but also better people. And then off the field, I've started a new major, which I've like fallen in love with. And so I'm just being challenged on and off the field. And it's really just making me a better person.
And what is that major?
Chemical engineering.
Wow. Okay. So academics are something that are important to you.
Yes. Yes.
So what have the academic opportunities at South Carolina been like for you?
So with this new major, I'm able to join new clubs and meet new people with that. And so that's like opened up a lot of doors for me that I'll have in the future.
And what are you most excited for the rest of the season for the Gamecocks?
I'm excited to be in the SEC. It's a different conference, and it's more competitive for sure, and exciting. And just excited to see where this team goes. We're a really good team this year. So.
All right. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
You crushed it. That was awesome. Good job. Good job. Well, we want to thank the South Carolina Education Lottery for helping so many South Carolina athletes and students receive the support that they deserve. And that'll do it for us. But we want to thank our amazing guests, the Garnet Trust, the University of South Carolina, and our tremendous sponsors, Rush's and the South Carolina Education Lottery, for making this all possible. We will see you for our next show next week when the Gamecocks host Alabama Crimson Tide. Until then, go Cox.
Go Cox.